Good evening. This session I'm going to record for term 7 of process engineering at Memorial University. It is basically a session to give an understanding of the basics in the HYSYS. So these are the 6 objectives that we are looking to achieve: how we get started in HYSYS, how we add the component, how we select a fluid package, what is the simulation environment, and adding material streams. So let's open HYSYS and then I can give you a preview. So we went to the HYSYS. We are using version 11 of our HYSYS. So we have now HYSYS open. What we need to do, every kind of the simulation in HYSYS, it is done using a new case. So I click on new here and it will open me a new case for this. Now this screen that you are looking in front of you, that's what we call as a simulation basis manager. If you go to your study material here, that's what is this simulation basis manager. Now on this screen I will just give you a little bit information about what is happening. So we have a properties tab, we have the simulation tab, we have the safety analysis and energy analysis tab. For now we are going to use the properties and the simulation tabs. In terms of the properties, we have the component list, which is in red, and the fluid packages, which is in red. So if we have the red here, that means this is the information that we need to provide to HYSYS. So let's start with the component list. So once you click on the component list, you can see that you have a window where it is where we can add our components. In order to add any component, let's click on add, and we can add component based on either we can work on the full name or it could be a formula. So let's say I search for the water, so you just type in your water and the water will pop out the list. There are more than 1800 components in the HYSYS currently. How do you select or how do you add this into your simulation? You just select this and you can press add here. HYSYS will automatically add your component. You need to define at least one component in order to start your simulation. Now as you can see that I have my OK signal here. This means HYSYS has the information that it needs. Now a couple of troubleshootings here. For example, if you add a component by mistake, what you can do and you want to delete it, you can select that component and you can just simply remove it. Again, as you can see that HYSYS is saying that it's empty component list. Now the second method could be that we can use some formula in order to identify our component. For example, for the water, again H2O is an example. So we can see that we have the water coming up. You can press add or you can double click this and it will add up water in your list of the components. Once you are done with adding your components, the next step is to choose the fluid package. In order to add the fluid package, you can click on add button and it will open a list of the fluid package that you can use. We will work on more details through the course, how we select an appropriate property package in HYSYS. For our example, let's take a Peng-Robinson equation here. So you just click this. Once you click this, HYSYS has the information as a fluid package it needed. Now you must notice here that the component list here, it has been turned from red to blue here, which means HYSYS has the properties tab completed the information it needed. It has that information now. In the next step, we need to go to the simulation. And once you click on the simulation, you will see that a model palette will come. This is also called as object palette. What I'm going to do now, I will going to adjust this model palette on my screen. I'm pressing the left key of my mouse pad and I'm moving this palette around. As you can see that I have either option, I can keep it on the right side, I can take it to the bottom, I can take it to the left, or I can take it to the top. Now let's say keep it on the right side. If you want to keep it on the right side, you just need to release the left side of your mouse pad and it will automatically adjust it on the right side. Now this palette is one of the important thing in your HYSYS simulation. For today's lecture, we are going to work on the stream only, material stream. So this blue is basically the material stream and red is then energy stream. How we bring how we add this material stream into our solver, you just need to click here and bring it into your solver. Now the color of this material stream is light blue. Once we have fully defined this stream, I will explain you what does it mean. Then this color will turn into the dark blue. Again, some short troubleshootings. If for example by mistake your model palette is closed, what you can do, you can go to your flowsheet modify and you can click on models and stream. It will bring your palette back. Or the second way is, if you have closed it by mistake, you can press F4 on your keyboard. I'm going to press my F4 on the keyboard and it will bring me back my model palette. Now let's work on some details on how we define our material stream. So you need to double click on this. It will open a window where you have the properties of the material stream. So I can name this stream. For example, I can say that this is my water stream. Okay. We can define if it is a vapor phase or no. We can define the temperature. We can define our pressure, molar flow, and too many informations. However, we need to provide some minimum information to HYSYS. As if you are a process engineering background, you must have studied about the degree of freedom. So we need to apply and provide the minimum information to HYSYS. Now, HYSYS is an interactive tool. It allows you to input the values based on its requirement. By that I meant to say, as you can see that it is asking me that we have unknown composition. So we click on our composition and we need to add our values here. For example, I can just press 1 because I have only one component. I'm entering 1 here and now I'm hitting enter. It will open a window where it is asking me either it is a mole fraction, mass fraction, or it is the mole flow, mass flow, and so on. So let's keep it as a mole fraction as an example. One thing I just want to mention here, once you have entered your mole fraction, you need to click normalize and your total should always be equal to 1. If it is greater than 1, you need to check on your compositions. Now press OK here. Now the next thing which HYSYS is asking me is unknown temperature. So I go to the properties here again. Sorry, I go to the conditions here. I need to provide my temperature. Let's say I keep it at 90. So degrees Celsius. So I press the 90 here. For the units, as you can see, I press 90 and it is asking me what are the units. From this drop down menu, you can select either it is Kelvin, Fahrenheit, or whatever the units is. Let's say we keep it as a 90 degrees Celsius. And now the next thing it is asking me the pressure of your stream. So let's say it is 100 bar. So I'm choosing here kilopascal. Drop down menu comes, I can select my bar here again. The third thing which is HYSYS is asking me is unknown flow rate. So we need to provide the flow rate. Let's say I provide a flow rate of 95 kilogram an hour. So the units are already selected for kilogram per hour, and now you see once I provided minimum information, it is going on OK. And with this change, there is a change in the color of our stream as well. You can close this window, and we can see that our water stream, which we just defined, it has turned from light blue to dark blue color. So this means our stream has been completely defined. If you right click on this one, we can also click on show table. It will indicate all the properties of this water stream. Let's delete this one. Let's go to our problem here, that practice problem. All this explanation which I am giving you is available in this tutorial details. Now it is asking that design a stream consisting of water 60% by weight and methanol. So I have two components. So what will be the percentage of my methanol? It will be 40%. Use a Peng-Robinson package. How much is the molar flow of the aqueous phase? The following are the condition of the stream. We have 90 degrees Celsius. We have pressure is 110 kilopascal, and we have the mass flow of 100 kilogram per hour. So let's develop this. First step that we need to work on, we need to go back to our properties, and we did have water already added. According to our problem, what we need to do, we need to add our second component, which was methanol here. If you look on this, we need to add our methanol here. So let's search with the name here, which is methanol, and we have this component available. I just click on add, and it will automatically add into my system. Now I have two components, which are methanol and the water. The next is we need to work on the fluid package. According to our given problem, we need to choose Peng-Robinson package, and it is already there. Now because we have defined our component list and the fluid package, now we can enter into the simulation environment. One thing I must mention here, once if you are making any changes in your properties, you will see that HYSYS is asking you, do you wish to be left in holding mode when entering the interactive simulation environment? By that, HYSYS is meant to say, do you want to stop HYSYS to perform your calculations? So I would say no here. And now I am in my simulation environment. Now for this water stream, of course my composition were different. So I click on this water stream. Now the temperature for in my given problem is, the temperature is my 90 degrees Celsius, which is there. The pressure is 110 kilopascal, so I can enter my 110. The units are kilopascal, which is good. Press enter now, and the next mass flow is 100 kilogram per hour. So it is 100 kilogram per hour. I hit enter again. Now the composition is what I need to make the changes here. The composition of my water is 60%, so I hit 0.6 and then enter. It will open me a window here. So water, let's use the mass fraction here. Water is 60% and we have 40% of our methanol. And then I click OK here. Now I have performed all the required calculations that I need from my problem statement. So I can close this window. Now because the HYSYS was in active mode, it was calculating all the other parameters that we need from this. So how we can access our results? You can just right click and go to the show table. And this is what is the requirement. We have the molar flow here. in terms of kilogram per hour, which is 4.579. You can also look and analyze this result when you double click on this. As you can see here, my molar flow for the water is 4.579. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please email me. Thank you.